Aerodrome and in other events. In any event, Anglian Raiders is about to get underway here. Right. I'm poised and ready to do the loadouts as soon as the game allows me in. Okay. First up on the Unladen Swallow, we have a Hwatchafish with a left side Artemis, right side Gatling gun. On the Badger Zaibatsu 1, we have a Gatling mortar front and a Artemis side. On the Abyss, we have a Carousel front, left side Carronade Flamer, right side Double Mercury.
On the Penny Farthing, piloted by Kalen, we have a front Gat mortar with a side flare and carronade. On the Goblet of Fouche, we have on the right-hand side a carronade flamer, front carronade, and left side is carronade flamer as well. And on the, what is that? That which will be piloted by Velvet, we have a Gat mortar on the front with double Artemis on the side.
Oh, just great focus fire by the Gents here, just annihilating the Unladen Swallow. I really like it when these kind of matches start in the middle, so neither team has an advantage.
We've seen that before on both Anglian Raiders and Ray and the Refinery, where certain points will go to certain teams quite naturally, which is unfortunate, I think.
Yeah, I'd rather if it just automatically started like this, started with a middle point. All the spawn system just changed completely, either way. In any event, the Goblet and the Penny Farthing bouncing off each other as they focus on the Badger Zaibatsu 1. Yes, indeed, the Juicy Gents are fighting very hard here for this central point, and now all that stands between them and it is the Abyss, which is, I believe, out of the capture cone, and there we have it. There, the first 75 points of the match will go to the Juicy Gents.
Good aggression on the Gents' part so far. The Unladen Swallow got caught out in the middle of nowhere there, where it was kind of singled out and easily taken down. Normally, you think that a Goldfish would be one of the hardier ships. It's faster, it's more agile. They really didn't. It didn't feel like they were using their speed or the maneuverability to their advantage. They were just sitting there trying to shoot things. And I think that was what killed them there.
Of course, here the VSS flaming first, trying a desperate flanking attack into the Anglian homeland to give the Yeshans more time to retreat, more time to pull back, and hopefully not get completely annihilated at this war that the Yeshans are in fact losing. However, the Abyss coming forward towards the next point, B has already been fortified by Unladen Swallow and Badger Zaibatsu 1 as the clock is about to tick over. There we have it. Oh, but nobody's under the point. No one's under the point.
No one is under the point at all. Unladen Swallow was completely out of position there. They didn't get the shot.
Yeah. Penny Farthing going right behind the Badger Zaibatsu 1. Badger Zaibatsu 1 getting blindsided as he charges towards the point. And now the fire continuing to go down from the Penny Farthing. The Gatling going down. Badger 1's armor being stripped. Mortars coming in. And boom. That which will be blindsiding Unladen Swallow as well. Oh dear.
Unladen Swallow just tried to fire on the Penny Farthing. I believe that was burst ammunition, but it was just a little too far away for burst to be effective there. Should have loaded heavy clip. That was a mistake on the gunner's part on the Unladen Swallow.
Well, I think it was also a positioning point mistake on the part of Johnny Cyanide in Badger Zaibatsu 1. Now Abyss coming in, he's going to get 3-on-1. This will be another point, I believe, capped by the Juicy Gents. There we have it. Another 134 points going to them. Now, what do you think VSS Flaming First Squadron's strategy has to be here?
I'm not sure, to be completely honest. They had set up on the point there, but because of confusion on the Unladen Swallow and Badges Ibatsu 1, they were not able to even dent any of the permahuls there of the incoming ships. They should have, for all intents and purposes, taken out the Penny Farthing, which was just charging at them. Unladen Swallow wasn't turned appropriately. This is a very tough situation for a team because they need to get organized. They need to really start that. They need to get that communication going that indicates a good, healthy, solid teamwork. They need to make sure they're organizing and picking a target, which unfortunately I don't believe is happening right now.
The Goblet of Whoosh firing down literally here on the Unladen Swallow. Unladen Swallow is going to go down. I think almost is someone had better start moving to sea like now. Because that point is going to... There we go. Penny Farthing moving towards C, just as I say that. Juicy Gents, very coordinated here.
I say, ask and you shall receive. Abyss is trying to harass with the Banshees, but it's not doing a ton on the Penny Farthing. Everyone's on repairs on that ship. No one's even worried about returning fire at the moment.
The Abyss is limited with those mercs, just how much they're going to be able to delay this Gent wagon train. Yeah, Penny Farthing and that, which will be pretty much just ignoring the Abyss, as the Goblet of Whoosh just coming in behind to blend it down.
The Goblet of Whoosh is a great ship to kind of leave behind and just distract and delay an enemy team. It has the carronades, it has the flamers, it has everything that is designed to harass and damage.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Goblet of Whoosh just disables the Abyss completely, leaves it on the ground, and then charges off to the point just as it's about to tick over to help the Juicy Gents get the cap, which they almost certainly will if they can get under the capture cone.
This is one of the maps that the capture cones are very finicky. It is difficult at times to remember exactly where they begin and end.
Oh, they're off it again. They got off it again there for a moment. Juicy Gents, you have to be really right underneath it, which is kind of annoying because there's so much, these superstructures here. In any event, yep, they have captured it now. There's another 167 points for the Juicy Gents as the Badges Ibatsu 1 coming in on the Goblet of Whoosh. The VSS, they can't just be charging in like this. Badges Ibatsu 1's going to get torn apart here.
Notice how that which will be and Goblet of Whoosh just focused down the engine column and then destroyed that Pyramidion. Great focused fire there from both those ships.
The Unladen Swallow comes in with its Watcher shots, but it disables a lot of components in the Goblet of Whoosh, but it does so just as its allies gone down. Just VSS, they really need to get organized. They really need to come in together. I mean, there's just no point in charging unless you go in together and you kill the enemy ships and you manage to capture the point.
Goblet of Whoosh is really fending off this attack well too. Kudos to the engineers for the Gents. Against this aggression, they're doing a really good job of holding their ships together. They haven't even taken a bit of permahull damage yet.
That is true. None of the Gent ships. I mean, not only are the Juicy Gents going to get points here for this match, but they're also going to get points for kills, and overwhelmingly they're just going to have the kill advantage and the capture advantage. In any event, Badges Ibatsu 1 coming in to see. I think the best the Badges Ibatsu 1 can do is delay this wagon train, as they're almost certainly going to start moving towards D now. Unladen Swallow should not be going for C. It should definitely not be going for C. It should be going for D right now.
I think they just picked up on that.
Just turning around.
Just turned around.
And Abyss has got to just head for D right now. They do have the spawn advantage. They did spawn much closer to D. They've got to make best use of it they can and try and cap that point.
Abyss is doing the right thing and sitting there as well. They're going to sit on D. The critical part of this defense is if Unladen Swallow can get on the point and get his Watcher turned in the proper direction. It's surprising. It's almost shocking the amount of range you can pull off a Watcher when you load heavy clip into it. Yeah, it doesn't actually increase the range at all. You have to load Lesmok to do it, and that's not a great idea. But it does increase the accuracy. It turns it into a straight line shot that you can use. Now, if you hit that at mid-range, hit the reload cycle, pull burst into it, and then shoot again, you have entirely disabled and nearly destroyed a ship before it's even hit you.
Yes, a very good point.
It's going to be critical, though, that Unladen Swallow does that and does it correctly and does it very well. Because if they don't, as we see here, Penny Farthing is already in range. Unladen Swallow turned around the wrong direction. They're not actually paying attention to what's going on, it seems.
Well, he's trying to turn underneath that cone right now while getting his gun arcs on the Penny Farthing, and that was the correct decision, because now they've capped the point. Penny Farthing coming in the Laden Swallow, and Laden Swallow needs to pop some Hydra before he gets rammed into the debris. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
What a perfect ram. That's going to be in the trailer for next week, no doubt about it. Goblet of Whoosh flaming in on the Abyss. Abyss has got to stay alive here until the Badger Zaibatsu 1 comes in. The point is being uncapped. Badger and Abyss, you need to get back in there. Badger Zaibatsu 1. Oh, but Badger Zaibatsu 1 getting rear-ended by that which will be. Oh, dear. This has all gone a bit Pete Tong for the VSS here.
I really wanted to see Unladen Swallow swing around behind the point, swing under it, get the cap, and make sure his watch was pointed straight at the enemy there. I think the fact that they didn't kill one of those Pyramidians coming in is why we're seeing this happen right now.
And once again, the Juicy Gents are starting to cap. Will the Unladen Swallow get in time to block? I'm not sure. Let's see. It's coming in now. It's going to run right into 2 Pyramidians, though. Not going to have a fun time with that. Unladen Swallow backing off. Unladen Swallow's fought and bet over it. And the Juicy Gents claim another point.
They're not going to have it for the full time period, as Cake did get about 60 seconds worth of cap off that. But
that's true, but like 100-odd points is nothing to snip at.
No, and it's going to put them well within victory range.
That is true. 550 points are is the limit on this map. One more point. In fact, yeah, I think any moment now, after the Penny Farthing has killed the Zaibatsu 1, it's just going to charge right for E.
Goblet of Fire is already going there.
Goblet of Whoosh is already gone. Goblet of Fire, I think you're thinking of something else. That which will be is just trying to kind of hold off VSS here, trying to distract them from going to the next point. A wise choice as well.
With Goblet of Whoosh sitting on top of E, just carronating and flaming anything down that comes at it, it's going to be very difficult for Cake to get any control on that point.
Well, it's going to be almost impossible for Cake to even block the point at this point. Let's see. Let's look at badges. Yes, Johnny Cyanide is popping Moonshine as best he can. Unfortunately, nobody has a buff tool, so they're unable to buff those engines. There's a gunner. It's a Gam Mortar Pyramidion, but they've got a gunner. Why? They don't need it. They could have had if they'd had a buff engineer, they could buff their engines and get there a bit quicker. But in any event, the Penny Farthing and the Goblet of Whoosh coming in on point E, and I think that's probably going to wrap it up for the Juicy Gents.
They just the cake folks are not in range of blocking this cap. Abyss is the closest one, and he's just too far off.
And Penny Farthing's about to help out, and there we have it. And I think that is almost certainly the GG for the Juicy Gents. Defending the Anglian homeland, the VSS claiming first, a valiant effort here to protect their retreating allies, but Anglians look to have won this once again.
Unfortunately, all the hard-fought gains that the Yeshin folks got in the last game, it's going to be counteracted by this one.
Yes, completely. The Yeshins have defended their homeland, going to be encroached on ever further in the next game.
Oh, good kill though. Good kill on the penny farthing. Great focused fire from the Badger Zaibatsu one in the Abyss, but it looks like Abyss is going to be taking a dip here. He bounces against the ground geometry, multiple fires to deal with.
Oof.
Abyss does indeed go down.
Good golly, Miss Molly. And there we have it, a victory for the Juicy Gents. Look at all those snazzy top hats. One man not wearing and one woman wearing a cap. Seems the Gents aren't quite as strict on their all top hats policy as they used to be. In any event, impressive win by the Gents. Just solid teamwork, really.
A very incredibly solid teamwork. Gents are probably one of the older teams around, aren't they?
Absolutely, the Gents have been here